Right, so we got a couple of no-shows in this one. Apparently, ongoing maintenance, shall we say? 85 to 87, heat 4, early days, and Andy Bulmer, car 1 is your leader. So this class getting towards the sharper end of this class and the quicker drivers. I'll apologise for not knowing what the cars are. I may be old enough, but I've not been around the vintage scene for too long. So 1 minute down, Andy Bulmer leads, Paul Edwards second, Rob Jones third, Simon Tooley fourth, Chris Mitchell from deepest, darkest Scotland is in this heat. William, Lance and Carl are the running cars. Mickey and Andy didn't make it. So car 1 from 4 from 2, 6 and 5. Please remember, drivers, if a faster car comes up behind you, please let them pass. Common courtesy and etiquette. It's qualifying, you're racing the clock. Right, so race leader, car number 1. Car lost the wheel, end of the straight, caution at the end of the straight. That was apparently our race leader. Unfortunate. The 3 Ps, but I can't repeat what it stands for. 2 minutes down, 3 to go. And he was our leader. Let's see what happens now, what changes. Paul Edwards assumes the lead. Chris Mitchell is up to second, so it's 4-2. 5 is your top 3. That's Paul, Chris and Simon Tooley. Rob Jones is in the 4. Andy Bulmer is out. So between 1 and 2, we got just over 3.5 seconds. Then Rob's, yeah. So we've got 5 seconds covering the top 4. See if we can pick up those cars. Quite well spaced now, drivers. Oh, well driven that car just after the hump. Thank you very much. 3 minutes down, 2 to go. Paul Edwards continues to lead. Chris Mitchell now 4 seconds, dropped off. And it's close for second and third. Chris is second, Simon Tooley 4, 3. So Paul continues to lead. 4 seconds to second, which is Chris Mitchell. Caution in the centre of the track. Be courteous, guys. Like I say, let the faster cars through. You can see who they are. It's not worth it. You'll lose out. So just over a minute to go, drivers. Paul Edwards continues to lead. That is car number 4. Then it's 2, 5, 6 and 9 is your top 5. Well driving in the centre of the track, letting the faster car through. That's how it should be done. Thank you very much. Less than a minute, drivers. Inside your final minute. Paul Edwards continues to lead, opening up the gap now. 6 seconds plus to second place, which is now Rob Jones. Moved in front of Chris Mitchell. No, Chris moves back. But it's a 7-second gap between first and second. Approaching 30 seconds, drivers. Paul, Rob, Simon Tooley moves up to third. Chris Mitchell back to 4. Then it's Lance, William, Carl and Andy. Inside the final 20. 8 seconds the gap, but it's tight between second, third and fourth. Less than a second covering the 3 of them. 10 seconds to go, drivers. I'll hand you over to race control. Listen up for your number. Race over. Straight out to Marshall, guys.
So 425 610 9 8173 is your order. 5 seconds, guys.
Right, okay, guys. Heat 4, 85 to 87. Round 2, off and running. Big man Chris Mitchell takes the early lead. So it's Chris from Mickey, Paul Edwards, Andy Bulmer, Rob Jones. Rob Jones moves up, makes a move into the second spot. Andy Bulmer now leads. Early days, everybody's settling down. Please give everybody room, guys. So Chris goes back to the lead. So it's Chris, Paul, Andy, Mickey, Rob is your top 5. 2. It's all changing. It's difficult to keep up. There's nothing between the top 3 cars. 2 seconds covers the top 3, which is Andy, Mickey, and Chris. 2, 4, and 1. Lead changing every lap. Chris leads now. Andy leads now. Mickey's moved up to the second spot. So 1, 3, 2, 4, 6 is your top 5. Faster drives approach, let them pass. You know that, guys. 1 minute 30 down, 3:30 to go. Andy leads. A little bit of a gap now. 2 seconds to Mickey in second. Paul Edwards up to third. Chris Mitchell back to fourth. Simon Tooley 5 now. 1. There goes Paul into the lead. Andy takes it back. 1, 4, 2, 3, and 6 is your race order. 2 minutes down, 3 to go. Andy leads, opening up a gap now, 3.5 seconds. But Paul Edwards sticks it in the first spot. Mickey sticks it in the first spot. It's all changed here. Every lap the lead changes. 3, 1, 4, 2, and 6. Mickey, Andy, Paul, Christopher, and Simon. Nice and evenly spaced. Right, there you go, your leaders up the straight, over the hump at the end of the straight. Orange and yellow car, yellow wheels over the big jump in the centre of the track. All change again. Yeah. So 1 and 3. 1, 3, 4. 3 minutes down, 2 to go. Yeah. So 2 seconds the gap, Andy to Mickey to Paul. Caution when rejoining that blue car, please. Wait, wait, wait. Centre of the track, car 10, thank you very much. So all clear track, cars looking well spaced. So Andy leads, 5 seconds now, the gap between Andy and Mickey. Paul Edwards is third, Simon 4, William is up to 5. Thank you at the end of the straight, that's good driving, let the faster car go. It's to everybody's advantage. 4 minutes down, 1 to go. And he leads, 5 seconds is still the gap to Mickey. Mickey's 1 second, Paul Edwards is up there as well. But Andy, going into the last minute, has a 4 second lead over Mickey. Paul Edwards is third. Caution when rejoining, drivers, caution when rejoining. Thank you. Give everybody space. So 30 seconds to go, drivers. Andy Bulmer leads, then it's Mickey in third, Paul Edwards 4, Simon 5, Lance is up to fifth now, actually. Well driven in the centre of the track. That's the way to do it. Car on the straight, car on the straight. Go inside, 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 inside. Caution with the marshal. Speedy Pete. Back at his marshal point. Straight is clear and time is up. Listen for your number. Is 1, 3, 4, 2, 5, 6, 10, 9, 8 and 7. 10 seconds to go, drivers. Listen up for your number. Right, and heat 4, round 3, off and running. 85 to 87 class. And for 30 seconds in, and Andy Bowler, car 1, takes the lead. Mickey second, Paul Edwards third, then Rob Jones, Chris Mitchell moving up to fourth. But it's early days. But this is the last round of qualifying. 1 minute down, drivers. 4 to go. Andy leads. Yeah, thank you. So 1:45 is the gap between first and second. Car 1, 3, 4, 2 and 6 is your top 5. Same as ever. Fast car approaches. Let them pass. Good driving by the blue Red Bull car in the centre of the track. You've been doing it every round. Thank you very much for that. It is appreciated, certainly by us. Sort yourselves out now, guys, at the top of the track. Thank you. Let the faster cars go. That's it. Thank you. So approaching the 2 minute mark, and car 1, Andy Bulmer leads. Mickey's second, then Paul Edwards, Chris Mitchell and Simon Tooley is your top 5. Nothing between first and second. 0.6 of a second between the 1 and 2. So Andy, Mickey, Paul, Chris and Simon is your top 5. Approaching half race distance. Gaps opened up a little bit. There goes second place, 1.4. Approaching 1.5 seconds is the gap now. Half race distance now. Andy, Mickey, Paul, Chris and Simon. Car on the straight, car on the straight. Go inside, inside on the straight. Pete's on a sprint. Don't hit Pete. We'll never hear the last of it. Straight is clear. So Andy continues to lead. Car 1 leads 1, 3, 4, 2 and 6 is your top 5. Gap between 1 and 3 is 3.2 seconds now, so give them room, let them pass. So the order remains the same, fairly constant. 3:30 down, 1:30 to go. Andy, Mickey, Paul, Chris and Simon is your top 5. Thank you. Some good driving in this heat, letting faster cars go. Just makes it easier for everybody. 1, 3, 4, 2 and 6 approaching the 4 minute mark with 1 to go. That car, yeah, take it off, remove the car, thank you. So 1 minute to go, drivers, and it's still 1, 3, 4, 2 and 6. Oh, Simon moves up a place. Car 6 is fourth now. Fairly constant gap between 1 and 3, just under 6 seconds now. Yeah. Right, so 30, less than 30 seconds, drivers. Still 1, 3, 4, 6 and 10 is your race order. Coming up to 10 seconds. I'll hand you over to race control. Listen up for your number.
Only Andy and Chris have finished. Everyone else keep going, please.
Okay, race is over. Cars to the table. Straight out to Marshall, please. Right. 85 to 87 C final. 10 seconds to go, drivers. Listen up all the time. And the right. So Richard Blake is our poleman, car number 1. We'll let them come around for the first lap. And our poleman. Regulation order up to 5. It's Richard, Rob, Glenn, Pete and Gary. And then Ian, Adrian, Rich, Andreas and Matthew. So, our race leader, the white car, over the small jump across the slippery stuff and over the big jump into the centre of the tracks. It's close for second and third. Oh, bit of a bobble there. Bit of respect between both drivers. But Richard Blake leads. That's the white car. I'm guessing a Kyosho. You never can tell with Richard. He has a van full of cars and he has a... Oh, and he's over. The leader's over. And second place, but Richard battles back. Oh, number two. Thank you. So 1, 3, 2. Richard, William and Rob is your 1, 2, 3 and they are together. Rob spins it up on the slippery stuff and Richard continues to lead. Car 1, that's the white coaster. So 1, 3, 2 is your 1, 2, 3. Richard leads over the hump at the end of the straight. Into the slippery, oh, just catches a corner but gets away with it. Nice jump over the big jump in the centre. Caution at the start of the straight. Clear. So race order is 1, 3, 2. Approaching the 2-minute mark. Richard got a little bit of a gap. Right, so race leader Richard comes in front of race control. Just over 2 minutes and continues to lead. The gap is only 1 second. So Rob Jones, that's the green car, is in second. 1 second behind Richard. Richard's coming up to back Mark's blue car in the centre of track. You've got second place approaching you. And in front of race control, that's the race leader, the white car. Thank you very much. Oh, very close now between 1 and 2. The back markers, Owen. Rob looks up the inside, but Richard defends. Quite legitimate. Caution at the centre of track. You have the race leaders coming up to you. That's the white car and the green car. And they are very close to one another. So when they approach, please let them pass. Don't become a factor. So the black car, thank you. Oh, don't get involved. Oh, and taken out the race leader. So it looks like Rob Jones has assumed the lead, but Richard comes back, looks up the inside. Oh, a little bit. Oh, Richard, you're not at Eden Park now, mate. So green car, Rob Jones assumed the lead, and Andreas has got up to second spot. So it's 2, 6, 1, 4, and 7 is your top 5 with over 3 minutes down, less than 2 to go. Oh, race leader is over, and over properly. On his roof, belly up, spinning wheels. That could mean Andreas. Car 6 is in the lead. Richard Blake up to second. Rob Jones back to third. It's all changed. So car 6 is your race leader. There he goes. The pink-wheeled Yokomo. Orange car, that's the race leader coming up to you on the slippery stuff in front of the big jump. Thank you very much. Good driving. Richard Blake had a moment then, so Rob Jones is second, Richard Blake third. The leader's in traffic, so look out for the brightly coloured pink wheels of that Yokomo. He's got clear track in front of him now, and he's got less than a minute to go. So that is Andreas. 6, 2, 1, 4, and 7 is your top 5. Andreas, Rob, Richard, Pete, and Adrian. Less than 30 seconds to go now, drivers. And Andreas continues to lead. Looks like he may have this on with it, but Richard is... Rob Jones is closing. Richard is closing on Rob Jones. Into the final 20 seconds. It's close for second and third. Rob's got less than a second on Richard. It's through. So Richard, oh, gets it back on his back wheels. This is second and third, the white and the green car. And Richard nicks it. So Andreas wins, or will do. Andreas is on a victory lap. So the winner of the first leg of the C final is Andreas. Richard Blake is second. Rob Jones is third. Well done, guys. Some good driving in there. Okay. Whoop, whoop.
And as Chris Wiz turns on his Yokomo 870 ready for the next final, these guys go hammer and tongs through the first couple of corners. Blakey leading us round from Jones. Blakey a little bit wide, but Jones not able to capitalise. Or a little bit of two-wheeling. They're going to start looking and getting close, going down the main straight. Bit of a drag race, but Blakey going to hold on to it. And Rob Jones trying to go round the outside. Has the inside for the next corner. They're both safe, or you will wait. And Richard Blake rightly waits, lets him go. And the two of them are going to do battle again. So Chris Wiz waves at the camera and says, "Hi, Mum." Or hi, Lydia, I should say. And all this is going on. I am going to ask if Steve Brook is free to come up and take over the microphone for me. Just give me a wave if you're good, buddy. You're good? Yep, 2 minutes, yeah? All that going on. He got it. Max got it. So Richard Blake continues to lead. We'll pick him up in his white mid. And as I look, no, he doesn't. So first, second, and third, all onto the straight, covered by less than a second. Blakey going to drop down a place, but then tag up to second. And you will wait, Richard, and let him go again, please. Thank you, Draddy. Much appreciated. Moves are done clean or not at all. And here we go through. Let's see what this does. That opens up door for Rob Jones to edge away. Andreas, then Richard Blake and Gulliam now up to the 4. Only 0.5 back. So Gulliam trying to close down on the white Optima. And these guys battling nip and tuck through that centre section. Oh, big coming together down the main straight. Gets away with it, the pair of them. So let's pick up our leader. See where he is coming over the doubles. Round past race control with 2 minutes down, 3 to go. There goes Rob. Had a 2.5 second. Now it's 3.5 over Andreas. So Andreas onto the slippery section. Over the tabletop, trying to close down on our leader. Was 3.45. See what it is this time. Our leader puts in a 17.75 and Andreas only puts in an 18. That's going to step it up to 3.8. Our leader passed traffic. So our leader is the Masami coloured cat coming round through the centre section past race control with 2.45 down. Starting another lap, so black and yellow Optima. You've got the leader approaching when he gets to you. Oh, and that's one way to get out of his way. He needs to be the other side. So black and yellow carrying on. Here comes second. Gap is now 5 seconds. So Rob Jones starting to check out at the front. Car on the straight, and it's right in the middle. Go tight, go tight, go tight. Track is clear. And Blakey goes in full throttle, full commitment. Shouts for Eden Park, we will have freedom. And I think possibly even made up a space with all of that lot going on. We'll see. Here he comes through. Blakey now up to the 4. Only a second back on Gulliam. So not too much. And I think that is the car ahead of you, Blakey. And Gulliam promptly exits stage left. Tries another one of his skateboarding tricks, but this time not quite so cool. And that's going to put Blakey up to the 3 with 1 minute on the clock. And I am going to hand over to race control to carry this on, because I've got to get my car ready.
So that's for Rob sneaking through for the extra. I don't think Andreas will. Oh, and he does. Just sneaks through. Adrian, you are finished. Ian and Richard, you two are finished. Pete. So without any mistakes, should be Rob taking it here, and it is. Well done to Rob, taking the C final leg 2.